Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, all of the judges that gathered here. First thing first, my name is Bryan, Jeremi, Rinaldo, and I'm here to tell all of you about my mind, passion, and it's crystal clear that to embark our extraordinary 10 minutes journey together. As we gather today, there's a lot of things that which I'm already arranged to show to all of you about the effect of bullying to me and how can I survive from social anxiety. It's already been an open secret for our society that bullying has already snatched our young generation future. Furthermore, it's gonna be a mess if we cannot find the solution to fight bullying and share to each of our teacher or instructor how could they handle any of bullying that consists in our society itself. And I invite all of you to think clarify more about social anxiety. If we could change any oversight about it, it could be a huge win for us. In the name of the young soul who has already getting anguish from getting bullied and been strictly suffered from social anxiety, there are 5 questions that I will tell to all of you to make a conclusion. How horrifically is bullying and how could it would escort us to the social anxiety? I'm reminded of the word that Theodore Roosevelt, who once said, knowing what is right doesn't mean much unless you do what is right. In growing countries like Indonesia, bullying hasn't been clarified full as well because there is no clear direction of it. There are mass of people who thought bullying is just a simple case of school development. To begin with it, what is the meaning of the real bullying that already occurs in the past years? Bullying is a behavioral phenomenon that has attracted the attention of educators and policymakers in many parts of the world in recent years. Many of journals has already examined and criticized the meaning of the bullying. But for me, bullying is more than that. Bullying is more than physical assault. It could be a verbal attack, social isolation, cyberbullying. Bullies try to threaten, intimidate, blackmail, or in a worst scenario, they could controlling their target to achieve some satisfaction for their own reason. Verbal attack. Most of the women that I recognize says they must have the fear at least once from it. Women can be brutal with their mouth. In the other case, I do realize social isolation is already happened to me, at least from the elementary school. For a whole year, in my last year in elementary school, they separated me from the lunch table just because I have a different belief from them. And now, in 2023, many of our teenagers are using social media and it becomes worse when we can even destroy someone's reputation with a few of keystrokes. In addition, it leads us to the next question. Why do people bully each other? As I knew so far, there is a several reason why people do bully. Most of the time because there is bullying culture in the society. Some people may be tired being the one who's being bullied. So for revenge reason, they start to find someone who's weaker than them or different from the common people. Next is they have a poor role parent models. It led them to find another glorification that they are strong. And even worse, in a few cases, it's because their family perspective that changed their mindset. The most pathetic thing is they act as if they are superior, yet they are insecure. They cover their pain with bullying others, so the society perspective could see them as a strongest person or influential person. After those 2 things that I'm already said, it drives us to the next main question. Who is the most likely to be targeted? As long as I live, there are 3 types of people that getting bullied over the time. Let's start with me. I have a different belief from the most of the students in my elementary school back then. They told me that my belief, it didn't fit with the country. And my belief is totally wrong. And I knew it later. It was a bullying and racism. We are a human. We are born with a different skill and level to understand or to communicate. And my friend was getting bullied from it. Just because he is an introvert, every person in the class make the stereotype that he is weak, can communicate and try to pick a fight with him just because they want to be seen as the strongest by punishing the weak. And the last is the youth who lacks of self-confidence. Bullies can detect those who think negatively or separately from them, and they are the easiest target for getting bullied. After the thought that I have been delivered to you, what is the red line from bullying to social anxiety? If someone getting bullied, they will feel unmotivated, as I do as a person who's getting bullied over the years. Every day in my junior high school is like a hell. I can have a friend or many people judge me weird. Is it the ending? Is it the conclusion that I got from it? No. Bullying and social anxiety is connected to each other somehow. And I feel it really deep when I have already tried my best and people still saw me as the weirdo. But that's life. Then for the last chapter, I will drive to all of you to end this movie. How could we deal with bullies and get our courage to go out and face the society? First thing first, don't react. If you don't react, they will lose their interest. Use humor to defend yourself and then walk away from the bullies. Bullying has already affected me a lot, like lack of confidence, become loner, until someday I don't want to go to school. I had a social anxiety. But how can I overcome my social anxiety? Just face it. If you need help, then seek for help to other people. Don't be ashamed and face it like a man. Go forward and show to them that you are strong. If it's too hard for you, start to question the reasonableness of your anxiety. Then learn the new thing that you never learned before. Sometimes I put my situation on a few perspectives, and like I said, talk to others. Because anxiety can work for you as long as it moves you to the right kind of action. After all of the things that have been through, a long speech for me. We can align and connect all the dots and we already learned something new. Bullying can be solved by the right measures by the teachers and the good parenting program. It's gonna be hard because there's a lot of parents out there who don't even get any attention to this. But if we could make this happen, I'm sure we will decrease the effect of bullying and social anxiety like I do to myself.